love the door handle layout. Push your pedal, tilts and telescopes all at once. Hit your clutch, and watch the old draft horse there come to life. Perfection. Lights go out. It's like a Royals. Here's some of these terraces I was talking about in that terracing video the other day. And right here there's corn that tapers down to a point because it follows the terrace around and follows the terrace around this way. And as you can see, it tapers down, so when you bring the planter out, you get to turn, you know, each time. And this is 24 end rows. But if you only go 16, because like I told you earlier, if you watch that video, how you need to meet in the middle, you can only go 16, you're going to end up not having hardly enough room to turn. So when you turn the combine here, it's a pain in the rear. So that's why 24 works out quite well here, or a 12-row planter for that fact. Alright, got a car full of corn on behind me. I am going to go dump this. I'm going to go check some beans. We're getting 60-degree days here, maybe even 68, 70 this afternoon, and we're getting a little bit of breeze, so I think our beans are going to really come back down on moisture. It'd be nice to be able to start on those. It's a very late start for us. I don't think we've ever started this late on our soybeans, but it's a late start here for sure. In between doing this, I'm still handling my business, and that's the name of the channel. And I'm dealing with bullshit there, just dealing with basically an unhappy contractor that was a sore loser, and he couldn't find a better way to take his loss and to try to make up a bunch of crap against me. And just, you know, I have nothing to worry about, but it's just one of those deals where you have to go prove your innocence, and it takes a lot of time out of your day. And this country's not innocent until proven guilty anymore. It's just, and hell, my ex-wife is this way. It's just, who the hell screams louder keeps getting their way, even though it's lies and bullshit, and you got documentation against it. But it's still, you gotta prove your innocence, and it's just mind-boggling how the liberals have fucked this country up. And it's also amazing how bad these bureaucrats, they justify their existence by just stupid, ridiculous shit. I mean, I had an IDOL guy come out and check some trees, a neighbor custom applicator, and killed some trees in my yard. This IDOL guy takes some leaves off the bottom and does a half-ass piss-poor job. He's still probably collecting $80,000 a year to justify his existence. And then the trees come back, test positive for Flexstar, and the guy that applied it just, nope, deny, and gets out of it. So now I have to pay about $4,000 to have some trees cut down that are dead. They're probably going to fall in my garage if I let them just rot down. And amazing, just amazing. Alright, time to go get some beans started. We're going to get the combine changed over, and I'll bring you guys along for the ride while we do that. And as I was driving down the road here and picking up on that last little part of dealing with bullshit, you guys ever notice how these stupid bureaucrats just justify their existence? You know, they're going to sit there and bitch and whine and want their $90,000 paycheck or more, how they want their new car and all their government appointed everything in their retirement plan, but when it comes time to really step up to the plate to do the job they're supposed to be doing, nope, no reason to, and they're not going to, because they're going to get the same paycheck regardless if they do or not. That's a pathetic waste of time. It seems like there's more of them every day. Okay, all the snouts are up, all the headers blowing out. The chisel plowing there we did yesterday, it looks good, it's drying out nice. Things are coming together. We're going to get the bean head put on here in a sec. And you have to extend those little legs out right there. Contact, there we go. Probably going to be some corn and shit that falls out of there. Not bad. That's why I blew the head out. 185 CFM air compressor makes that pretty quick and easy to actually get cleaned up. We'll sweep the rest of that up. Get the doors shut because we got a south breeze and south doors. And before it blows crap all over our Morton building, we'll get everything sealed up here. We are cutting beans. Been running here for about 30 minutes, just messing around getting stuff set. trying to get a few little loose ends to tie it up, such as some cracks, stuff in the beans. These are 3/4 in our area. This is a pretty long season. It was a weird year because they kind of died like they ran out of water. And then late summer rains came in, and they had the right amount of flowers and potting, everything going on, and they like came back to life, and they did all their growing and all their filling and potting everything in like late summer. So they, this is as late as we've ever started doing soybean cutting in the state of Iowa. I just heard on the radio that the statistics were that it was only 11% done, and they said it was the lowest percent done ever recorded since they started taking records on crop production. And the market goes down 22 cents, so figure that. They're making about, right there, 60, 63, 64, and I'm not even 100% cutting to the very edge there. A little bit, there you go. And there goes a deer out there, bastards. Anyway, the day's had its moments of ups and downs, but it looks like it's going to end on a high note with a nice warm afternoon. We got a good breeze going on, cutting some really nice flat irrigators here. It looks great, cutting nice, no complaints. This combine was a lot easier to change over to beans than our 8120 that we previously had. The chopper changed over easier, and sorry, I get a text there as I'm trying to do this video, but the chopper changed over easier. They've redone the knives. They went to double blades, then they got a single blade underneath, but they're scattered. It appears to actually be doing a better job and not requiring near the horsepower. And that chopper is an absolutely godsend compared to that freaking thing that was in that 8120. You'd actually have to get a crowbar in there and like push sideways to try to get that knives pushed up in there. And then we had to change chopper speed and some stuff, but that's about it. Pretty simple combine to change over. The biggest thing on the 8120 was getting that freaking chopper changed over, and they just really made that easy on this one. So awesome, thumbs up on that. Probably only took about 20 minutes to change over. 2 guys working at it, and it's warm out today, and my dad was actually up and running around enjoying the afternoon. He was walk out to the shop a few times, and he's storm stiff, and he's wearing his little body cast thing he has to wear. But again, thanks for all the well wishes for him. If you see it, we own it. Pretty good view of things here. Well, I think I got things dialed in good enough here. You guys can just watch ahead and listen to me talk. And I was going to conclude this video today, and I have always had a quench, I guess, for more knowledge in my life. I never ever figured I could ever be, ever know too much. And so if a subject interests me, I'll really get into it, and I'll really read about it a lot or study it until I know something about it. And what I've been reading about lately is the internet. But it's not just the internet, it's the internet that's beyond the internet. And if anybody's familiar with computers that watches this channel, you've probably heard of something called the dark web, or maybe the deep web. And I wish I could insert the picture here, but they showed it, and it was like an iceberg. And you had your water level, and you had about 4% above water level, and that's where you start to see your Google, your things that you use daily, like AccuWeather, maybe grain reporting websites, any of your normal websites. And then you start to see towards the bottom of that water level, you start to see such things as like Wikipedia, because Wikipedia is kind of one of the last forms of information that's still left out there available. And then below that water level, you got about 85% of your internet. That's what's called the deep web. And then below that, you have the dark web. And that'd be very tip of the bottom of the iceberg. And I'm not a computer guy by any means, but Gary that works for me is pretty computer smart, so he talks about some of this stuff. And you have to have a different web browser because certain search engines, such as Google, will not access the deep web. And has anybody ever noticed when the internet came out in about 1998, and I got some age on me here, I'll be about 40 in a year or so, and the deep web is something that's maybe, I think, controlled. It's made to believe that people are like it's made to be bad, like that's where the drug trading and stuff goes. Well, back to that about 1998, when you used to Google something, you'd get like 100 pages of results, and anymore all you get's a bunch of ads, and then you get maybe 5 pages. And anybody really remembers bootlegging music back when LimeWire was designed as a sharing deal, but it signed in and it was like a PPN or some weird network where you basically log in like a server database kind of deal. And that's where you actually started getting into the child porn and all the weird shit, even though it was labeled as music. So there was illegal things on LimeWire. Now, personally, I always just stole a lot of music off of it, but I imagine you could get some really bad viruses on there too. But websites such as WikiLeaks have now been pushed into the deep web, and you have to have like Tor browsers. Tor browser was designed to use proxy servers, which proxy servers bounce you around the world, or you can purchase proxies, and that way they really can't trace your IPN or whatever it's called network. And then the idea of that was to eliminate pop-up crap. I actually been using Tor on my phone on just Facebook because I'm sick and tired of you see what somebody's doing under whatever group. I'm usually part of a tractor group, but then there'll be an ad, and then there'll be another ad, then there'll be some pop-up bullshit ad. They're trying to get you to download some crap on your phone. And I just got sick of it, so I started using a deal where people don't bother you anymore, and that was the idea of it. But unfortunately, it does get to where there are things that are illegal, such as shops and stuff, and I don't totally understand it, but they claim there's these onions instead of like .com or .org, .net. You'll see something that'll be like .onion, and a .onion can mean a .onion, I guess, has like layers to it, so it's not as easily to be traced. I don't really understand all this crap. I wish I had a computer guy that would put in the comments below how that really all works. But what I have come to the conclusion of, and I've talked about censorship before, and even there's certain things you don't even want to say on YouTube here. And I know One Only Farmer got some shit kicked off of Instagram just because of it was viewed as hate speech for somehow illegal aliens became like hate speech, but I support the guy 100%. But censorship's at its finest, and somewhere during 1998 and now, what you see on the internet is very, very regulated. So censorship has become even tighter, and that's why these deep webs and things are getting harder to access. The reason you don't see big buildings like Google has up in the Council Bluffs or up around the interstate, which is near us, the reason you don't see those kind of things is because Tor, I guess, uses everybody's computer, which kind of like Terminator, where all the computers come alive and create whatever the hell it was trying to destroy mankind. But yeah, definitely a lot of censorship going on right now. Probably somewhere around Obama, Clinton. Clinton, I think, got out. What did he get out, like 2000? And maybe even Bush. You got control. And that movie Snowden, it was about Snowden. That's all he did is just blew the whistle on a lot of this crap. And look what happened to him. They put a kill order out on the guy, which is amazing. Anyway, if somebody knows more about all that than me, put it in the comments below. I'd like to hear what you guys think. I personally think it's pretty goddamn ridiculous, the amount of censorship that goes on there. In my opinion, the internet ought to be the internet. And if you don't want to see it, then don't click on it. We were in high school, we used to click on this website called rotten.com. It's a disgusting ass website where people are committing suicide in cars or whatever. We just gross each other out with. But, you know, that's been driven to the deep web now. Try to find it otherwise. LimeWire's gone. And I think that might have been because, like, Metallica was suing some things they weren't getting album sales. Anyway, if somebody knows more about it, comment below. And that's just my thoughts. You know, that's a bunch of bullshit, and I hate censorship, and I like freedoms. So I'm gonna be combining beans for multiple days. So you're gonna get a lot of videos on this. All right. Thanks, everybody. Comment, rate, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.